Hey everyone, welcome back to Megaverse Builds. Today we are back at Spotify Camp Nou, and this update has been a long time coming. Fans have been waiting weeks for two milestones, and both landed today. From the first exterior panel locking into place to a fresh wave of louvers climbing into position, the stadium's personality is showing through more than ever. Grab a coffee, settle in, because there's a lot of ground to cover today. Let's get into it. We start at North Goal, where the middle level is buzzing with activity. Painters are working the walkway supports with brushes, platform lifts are moving through the corridors, and one mobility core is still bare metal, freshly painted gray and waiting for its sandwich panels. That installation hasn't started here yet, unlike the neighboring core which finished its cladding a while back. Down at ground level, a lone worker sweeps debris near the stairwells while a stack of louver panels sits staged nearby, clearly waiting for their turn to be lifted. A reminder of just how much material is queued up and ready to go the moment crews get to this stretch. The real story at North Goal is happening one level up. Crews are racing through louver installation on the false ceiling band, and a crane is actively lifting a new panel into place as the base and color sections click together piece by piece. Dozens are already up, with the run continuing toward the old stadium's original pillar line. Around the corner, the compression ring is taking shape too. A pillar with its radial beam already seated sits ready, with a second radial beam still needed on top, and falsework standing by beside it for the next connection. Concrete is also being pumped up toward that section as we speak, so expect more falsework to appear there soon. Somewhere below us, there's chipping work going on that we can't quite see, maybe behind one of the access doors. Before we move on, please like the video and subscribe for more updates, because South Goal is where today's biggest news is waiting. After weeks of anticipation, the first exterior sandwich panel has finally been fitted onto a mobility core here. Inched into place by crane with a vacuum lifter, guided by hand to clear the anchor fittings for the future louver supports without a scratch. It wasn't an easy fit either. The crew had to reposition and nudge the panel several times before it seated cleanly into the frame. The interior face of that same core is already well covered in panels, and now the exterior is catching up. Just steps away, a second mobility core has its lower support beams bolted in, though the upper section still needs anchor work before louvers can follow. And speaking of louvers, they've arrived in this sector for the first time too, rising near the mobility core along the border with the lateral zone. Interestingly, several of the new panels are going up with only their base sections, no color panel paired alongside yet, a departure from the pattern seen elsewhere on the stadium, and possibly a sign that this final piece in the run is being finished differently. Nearby, one diamond structure has come out of its pour completely, with formwork panels now being stripped away, while a second diamond tower in this stretch hasn't been touched since concreting. Based on timelines seen elsewhere on site, stripping there should begin within the next day or two. Over at the corner, painters are brushing primer onto the louver support bolts before they get bolted down, since those joints have to be coated before the connecting pieces go on, and a concrete truck keeps shuttling back and forth through a side gate, presumably still emptying its load somewhere out of view. Let's move over to the VIP ring, where we can get a look at the interior progress. In the South Goal sector, there isn't much to report yet. The walls are still at drywall stage, since this area isn't currently a priority. Around the perimeter, New Jersey barriers continue separating the site from Travesera de la Corde. On the central South Goal core, the louver substructure still isn't installed, so no visible change is expected here until the supporting frame and brackets go up. One nearby core already has its louvers fitted, while another is still waiting on its full superstructure. Counting from the reference pillar with its 2 bracing beams, the compression ring shows 5 pillars installed toward Tribuna, with a possible 6th still to confirm. Moving into the lateral zone, progress is quieter but steady. Crews are aligning anchor bolts using guide cords stretched between fixings, prepping this stretch for its own louver run once alignment is locked in. A diamond near south goal is still fully wrapped in scaffolding and formwork, with no panel removal yet. That one was poured roughly a week ago, and based on how the neighboring diamond went, stripping should begin within days. Most of the temporary stairs in this section have already come down, and painters are finishing touches on the walkway support structure nearby. Finally, Tribuna. The second level here is now fully wrapped in sandwich panels. That phase is complete. The compression ring picked up another phalange box today, joining 2 radial beams that are already seated on their pillars, with falsework standing ready between them for the next round of box installations. On the diamond in this zone, the first glazing frame support has been mounted around the doorway, a clear first step toward the glass curtain wall going in, with crews already prepping a second bracket nearby. And on the 3rd cantilever level, crews have started rolling out protective netting ahead of the piping work that's already wrapped up on the levels below. Up above, another phalange box has joined the compression ring since yesterday, and with 2 radial beams and their pillars already seated, this whole stretch looks primed to start stacking boxes at a much faster pace. From this corner, you also get one of the better vantage points on the ring as a whole. It's a tricky angle to film, honestly, but you can really see how far the falsework and radial beams have come along together. As for the shop diamond, the rendered walls deserve a closer look. The render's tone matches the raw concrete so closely that painting may not even be necessary. It's holding up as a clean, finished look on its own. A new detail has also gone in. Vent grills are now fitted into several openings that look like windows, but are actually air vents, another small step forward for this structure's exterior. Nearby, the future Cafe Diamond is undergoing its own work. Concrete blocks are being installed here, the same treatment that will later be rendered like the shop diamond. Surface honeycomb defects on this structure have already been patched. A simple fix requiring only a bit of added concrete with no lasting cosmetic issue. These are routine site corrections that get resolved as construction moves forward. That wraps up today's update from Spotify Camp Nou. What a day it's been, with several milestones that fans have been waiting weeks to see finally becoming reality. From the first exterior sandwich panel being installed on a mobility core, to the first wave of louvers climbing into South Goal, the stadium is starting to reveal more of the finished look we've all been waiting for. Add another phalange box on the compression ring, steady progress in Tribuna, glazing supports beginning to appear, and continuous work across North Goal and the lateral sector, and it's clear that multiple areas of the project are now advancing at the same time. The pace is definitely picking up, and with more louvers, facade panels, roof steel, and compression ring segments expected over the coming days, there's a lot to look forward to. If you enjoyed today's update, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to Megaverse Builds so you never miss the latest progress from Spotify Camp Nou. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.